In an affidavit sworn by Amish Gupta, a senior manager at Standard Investment Bank, he argues that the case filed by one of KQ's retail investors, Rakesh Gadani, among others, is intended to, quote, delay the rights issue. He also says, and I quote, there's no basis for any suggestion that Kenyan shareholders who at present own over 51% of the shares in Kenya Airways will have their shareholding reduced significantly or at all. Trading in KQ's rights was tepid at best, with less than 1% of the 1.4 billion in offer changing hands. On the final day of trading, 27 million of them were on offer, but barely any were bought. What this means now is that whether or not Kenya Airways raises the minimum 14.476 billion shillings it needs for this rights issue to be regarded as successful, it's entirely dependent on about 72,000 shareholders getting cash to exercise their rights. Between the government and KLM, about 10 billion shillings has been pledged already, with another 2 billion coming from the International Finance Corporation. The remaining 2.68 billion is where local, retail and institutional investors come into play. Kenya Airways is asking them to stump up about 3.2 times the value of the existing shares for its 10-year expansion plan. In his submission to the court, Rakesh argues that this is prejudicial in two ways. Given the current high interest rate environment, it's highly unlikely that retail shareholders can raise the cash required. And if they don't raise that money, the value of their portfolio, assuming KQ's new shares are listed successfully, will be greatly diluted. KQ and its lead stockbroker disagree. So whose argument is right? Well, only time, the market and the courts will tell. For Newsnight, I'm Ramanyang.